In the name of Allah, welcome to the second part of respiration lecture. In previous lecture, we talked about the process of respiration. We said that every single living organism requires energy for carrying out the metabolic activities, and this energy is getting obtained from the food. But the energy from food has to be obtained, or we can say has to be catabolized, or the chemical bonds has to be broken down in order to release energy, and this reaction or this process is getting happened because of the respiration process. It means without oxygen this process cannot be happen, and at the end of this process carbon dioxide is getting released as waste product. And also we talked about structure of the lung, or structures which are involved in respiration process. We say that nasal cavity, trachea, bronchus, and alveoli, the capillaries covered, that alveoli, the diaphragm or membrane which is separating thorax from abdomen, the ribs, the intercostal muscles which is joining ribs, and also we talked about pleural cavity which is secreting some liquid in order to reduce the friction. Now we're going to see difference between breathing, gas exchange and cell respiration. Obviously they are completely different from each other, and we might understand that they are different. About breathing, we can say it's the taking of air in and out of the lungs. About gas exchange, we can say it's the intake of oxygen and excretion of carbon dioxide move out of the blood. And about cell respiration, we can say that it's a process that releases energy from the food. It happens in all cells. It means breathing is intaking and excreting air in lung. Gas exchange again in blood, getting oxygen, releasing carbon dioxide in blood. And cell respiration is the process in which energy is getting released. Characteristics of respiratory surface. Respiration, the process of releasing energy from the food that we obtained, can happen more rapidly, can release more energies because of that reasons that we're going to talk about. The first one is large surface area, because there is lots of air sacs or alveoli in the lung, so it's making a large surface area. It means there's lots of areas involved with the oxygen, which can gives oxygen to bloodstream and makes the respiration process more easy. The second one is thin epithelium. It means thin layers or membranes. As you see, alveoli is involved, or we can say covered with blood vessels. As you can see, the membrane of blood vessel and membrane of alveoli is so much thin, so the exchanging gases or the diffusion process is so much easy between them. That's why the second reason is thin epithelium, and how this presence of that thin membranes makes the process of respiration easier. The third one is good blood supply. As we said, alveoli are covered with blood vessels, so there is a good blood supply for them, and this makes the process of respiration easier. And the fourth reason is ventilation. Ventilation is the movement of air in and out of the lungs. It means whenever we inhale and exhale, the ventilation process is getting happened. We can understand inhale and exhale more easily if we see the movement of diaphragm, and when we notice the size of lungs are getting increased and decreased. While inhaling, the size of lungs are getting increased and diaphragm is coming down, but while exhaling, the size of lung is getting decreased, and the diaphragm is pushing the lungs upward. Common respiratory tract diseases. We're going to talk about 3 diseases like common cold, influenza and tuberculosis. Let's start from the common cold. It's upper respiratory tract infection. It's a viral disease. It means virus is the main cause for the common cold, and common cold can be transmitted from one person to another one with infected airborne or droplets, or by direct contact with the infected secretions. Cold weather cannot cause to the common cold, but can promote the close contact. And also we say that as it is a viral disease, it cannot be cured with antibiotics. Symptoms of common cold is cough, sore throat, headache, sneezing, and runny nose. The second disease is influenza. We can call it as flu as well. This is also a viral disease which infects our respiratory system like nose, throat, and lungs. And as we said, it's a viral disease. It can be transmitted from the sick person by sneezing, cough, and talking with that person. And you can inhale the droplets directly, or you can pick them up from other objects like telephone, computer, keyboard, and etc. And for most people, it can be cured on its own, but sometimes it can be deadly. About its signs and symptoms, we can say fever over 38 degrees, aching muscles, chill and sweet, headache, dry coughs, fatigue and weakness, nasal congestion, and sore throat. The next disease is tuberculosis. Tuberculosis, or for abbreviated shape is TB, is a bacterial infection. It can be cured with antibiotics, and it is affecting the lungs, and sometimes it can affect other parts like tummy, which is abdomen, and glands and bones and nerve system as well. And it's transmitted from one person to another person with the help of droplets from the coughing, sneezing, and sneezing of infected person. The signs of tuberculosis is coughing that lasts more than 3 weeks and usually brings up phlegm, weight loss, night sweats, high temperature, tiredness and fatigue, loss of appetite, and swelling in the neck. Now check yourself.